This is Whiskey Happens. In this episode, we're going to find out who can build a better bar. We've each been equipped with a little bit of cash, and we're going to find out, do we have what it takes to build a good bar for $200?
Well, before we get into the rules, go check out our website. And then if you can check out our website, which we would really love because we got some really cool merch over there that you might like. And we're going to be dropping some new stuff coming up real soon. Also, check us out on our podcast, Tipping Back Tuesday. Every Tuesday we get together, we talk about stuff, have a lot of fun, and I think you'll enjoy it. Garrett, what do you think?
Yeah, I do. And if you do enjoy it, leave us a review. It really helps us get discovered on wherever you listen to podcasts. Even if it's a negative review, constructive criticism is okay too.
Yeah, we want to get better for you guys. So I'm excited about this episode. I say that about every episode, and I think it's because here's the thing. I get excited about a lot because this is my time to drink bourbon with one of my best friends and really enjoy it.
You're such
But
a sweetheart.
I know I can't help it. But the rules of this, $200. We have to stay under $200, minimum of 5 bottles, which is really tough, actually. Has to be available in your area. And yeah, that's about it. It's pretty simple rules. But
Yeah. So for
tough.
Travis, it would be the Dallas-Fort Worth area. And for myself, it would be Virginia. I didn't use DC, but I feel like DC would be okay because I'm right on the border.
Yeah, I'd give you that. I'd let you nudge on over into that. That's fine. If you were talking Maryland, I'd be like, no, you're out.
Yeah, I would say all these bottles can still be found in DC though. That's
awesome.
I just didn't go.
All right. Well, it's your turn. Kick us off. What do you got?
I think a staple at any bar. I mean, even restaurants you go to, you need to just have a good, steady banger. And when I thought about this, I was like, what is something that everyone should have in the bar? Old Granddad 114, or as I am going to start calling, and it should have been from the beginning, Basil Hayden Cask Strength. It is. It's the same mash bill, higher proof.
Yeah.
This is a perfect mixer for anyone making any type of cocktail. It's going to be strong enough to where it lets you know it's there. That's something I look for in every cocktail. I don't mind having a cheap cocktail like Jack and Ginger. I don't think I've ever had, but I'm not opposed to it. But however, Jack Daniel's coming in at 80 proof. You're not really tasting anything other than the charcoal filtering to me. This stands up very well. You get the classic Jim Beam notes, and I enjoy it.
I give it to you.
That one's coming in at $29.99. That's how I'm starting this one. I want to also say that part of this challenge is we're not going to factor in taxes. We're just going pre-tax.
Yeah,
Travis.
That's a good one. That's a good one. But I might have one a little bit better.
All right. Tell me how you start.
I'm going to kick it off. Buffalo Trace. You can always find this in Texas. This is something that a lot of people can't, but that's not part of the rules. The rules are, can you find it in your area? And I can.
That's a cheap trick, but sure, I'll give it to you.
Yeah. Yeah. So, 90 proof coming at $25 in Texas. Once again, was super awesome. For me, that is a great bottle. You can drink it neat. You can mix it with things. It's got a lot of different varieties that you can do. I actually love that for a mixer. It's one of my favorite things to put in a mixed drink just because of the flavor profile. Especially, it's not my favorite for old fashions because I do like a little bit higher proof, but for every other bourbon mixed drink that you might have, that is awesome to have. And I think it should be on everyone's shelf because it is tried and true Buffalo Trace. So what's number 2 for you, buddy?
You make me think that I should have used a Buffalo Trace product. However, I will continue. This next one, I think everyone should have some form of this on their bar. Okay. For me, I think last year we saw a lot of finished whiskeys. Yes. So that's why this one came to mind. I think Maker's Mark 46, whether you get it regular or cask strength, is a great entry level finished whiskey product. This one comes in at $41.99. I think you can't get much better than that. Like classic caramel notes that Maker's Mark's known for, a little bit of complexity
Yeah.
within that as well with the French oak staves. So I was like,
Love it.
this is the way I got to go.
Yeah. No, that's a great one. I really love it. Next for me,
Hmm.
talk about it all the time. Four Roses single barrel. This one coming in 100 proof. You got to have a single barrel on your shelf. I'm sorry, you just do. When you're starting a bourbon collection, it's great to have a single barrel. One of the best ones. I think it's probably one of my favorite neat drinks when you go out. And like I said, once again, 100 proof, right in that approachable range. You can throw it in drinks. It holds up, but I prefer it neat. I think it's amazing. You can sip on it all night long. But yeah, for number 2 for me, little Four Roses.
Well, I'm glad that you brought up single barrels because I don't think we can make a video like this without you knowing what I'm going to pull out. And that is
Yes.
Mr. John J. Bowman. For those of you outside of the Virginia DMV area, Bowman Distillery is located here in Virginia. And this is the best thing I discovered maybe 3 or 4 years ago, probably 4 years ago now. 100 proof, single barrel. I believe it's 6 to 9 years age statement, or there is an age statement, but around 6 to 9 years. Here, $47.99. Every once in a while, you could even find it on sale, $5 off of that. So if you're so inclined or fortunate enough, you can get a discount.
Okay.
Google enough, you can see that it may or may not be related to another famous company. They're owned by Sazerac. You can figure it out, but I think we've mentioned it enough.
We have, but you know what? This is gonna be a tight race. I don't know who's gonna come out on top, but we'll say this next one. You're talking about some age statements.
Mhm.
This is one of the best age statements you can buy. Russell's Reserve 10-year. You can't get a better 10-year.
I have to agree with you.
You can't get a better 10-year on the shelf pretty much anywhere. So
Yeah,
that is just to me 90 proof. It's amazing.
I concur with you. I knew that there would probably be Wild Turkey products on either of our lists. I mean, both of our lists. I was just curious as to which one it
Yes.
would be. I didn't think we picked the same one. So I get mine for $39.99. How much do you get yours for?
Mine's coming in at $35. So
Get it cheaper.
Yeah, a little cheaper.
Okay.
I didn't say the Four Roses $44. So
Okay.
44 bucks. And so me personally, we're pretty even to come across the board, but you're one ahead. So I'm going to go next again because you threw in your Russells. Now I got to go down my rye train, and rye is, you got to always have a rye, and a good rye and a really great rye at a price point is Woodford Reserve rye. Woodford Reserve rye. I mean, 90.4 proof, just like all Woodford products for the most part. $32. You cannot beat it for $32. It is sweet. It is good. It is not overly rye forward. So if you have, as you're starting your own bar or starting your bourbon collection, it's a great one to have because it's approachable. You can still throw it in drinks. You can still have a mixed drink with it. I actually love it when I do a old fashioned because it still has a little bit of the rye spice, but it gives that sweetness that you get with Woodford Reserve. Phenomenal. $32. You cannot beat it. I mean, it's just, there are other ryes out there. Don't get me wrong. And this is one of the things that Garrett and I were going to, I want to just preface it. Not saying it's the best rye, not saying these are the best bottles ever, but for $200 to keep your collection under $200, if only you had $200 to start your collection, this is where we're going and the reasons why. So just, if you're coming in later, you kind of skip forward a little bit to see where we were. That's why we're doing this. It's under $200. So
Yeah, I mean, I think that it still holds true to this day that Elijah Craig rye is one of my favorite base, easy to find ryes. I didn't use it for this because I did pick a rye for my last bottle.
Oh,
but
get me
Elijah
excited.
Craig. So the Elijah Craig rye is why I didn't make it is because it's easy. It's great apple notes, easy sipper, drink it all day, 94 proof. However, for me, rye is not that easy for me to really enjoy all the time.
Yeah.
However, one that I find myself coming back to, and I hate that I gave in on it, is Jack Daniel's Triple Mash. I believe my initial impression, I didn't really care for it that much, but however, I've had a later appreciation for the complexity.
Nice.
That could be because it's distilled more than normal, as well
Hmm.
as it's not a bad amber color. I
No.
do think that that has something to do with it. I'm not a fan of the 700 milliliter bottles. I hate that that seems to be like a thing, but and I paid 38.99 for this.
Okay.
So a little bit more than your Woodford, but I think it's worth it as far as complexity.
Yeah, I agree with you. I think it's a great bourbon or whiskey. Um, but that'll do it for you. Now, for me, my last one, home run. I think.
Home run.
I think so. Larceny barrel proof, because
Okay.
you gotta have some heat. You gotta have some heat. 124 proof. Um, it is phenomenal. And I checked just to make sure that it's available in my area. I Googled before I put it in, because sometimes it's allocated in our area, but I Googled it and a lot of the stores have it. Um, so, and I can find it when I need it. It is awesome. It is just one of those ones that, like I said, you need a little bit of heat. Once you start drinking all these 190, kind of jump up a little bit, $60. And it's, it's good stuff. It's good juice. I could have put in the Elijah Craig, but I think Larceny is a better price point, and I think Larceny is easier to find for the most part with the barrel proof, because I think it still flies under that radar for a lot of people. Um, but if you haven't had it, go grab one. And the fact that it comes in just like all the other ones, where A, B, C lots, it gives you an opportunity to try out something a little different each time. So I really
Yeah,
enjoy
I'm
it,
not that
and
lucky.
that'll do
There
it for
isn't
my five. But
not a single barrel proof here that is not
yeah,
allocated.
yeah,
Um,
yeah.
so you may have edged me out a little bit there, but let's get into price. What was your grand total on your collection?
Grand total was almost 200, 196. So stayed under that. What was yours?
I just had to look it up again. 198.95.
Oh,
So
look at you.
uh and $1.15 to get me like an airplane bottle of Jack Daniels.
I don't think so. I think those are $2.
You're
I
probably
think
right.
those are $2. Um, but let us know in the comments, like we said. Let us know who won. Team
Yeah.
Garrett, Team Travis. Who is it? We'd love to know. I think it'll be interesting. I think we both have really diverse uh, groupings, and so I'm excited to see what people think.
All right. Well, until then, it doesn't matter if you like a neat, on the rocks, or in a Coke. Whiskey happens.
Cheers.
Cheers.